Okay, so we're gonna start going over it. Who knows the answer to number 1? So you're trying to find the outermost div only. So div in line 1. Anybody? Yes. What's your name? 7. Dot entry. Yeah, that's right. Does everyone understand why it's dot entry? What would happen if you just said div? Can you just say div to select the first outer div? No, it'll select all the divs, right? Exactly. Okay, cool. That was easy. What about number 2? So you're trying to find the 2 inner divs only. So for example, the ones on line 4 and 9. This one. When you see nested, or like, when you see like inner or nested, what does that like scream? What kind of combining property? Descendant, right? Okay, so how would you, what's the selector for number 2? What?
Dot entry.
Dot entry. Yeah, that would work. Okay, so he said dot entry and div, right? Can everyone see this, by the way? Sorry. It says dot entry div. What are some other ways you could do it? Div, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, for number 2. Oh, that's actually grouped. So it'll apply to like all the, if you say entry comma div, it'll apply the styling to the outer one and any div and anything with a class entry. So it's a list. It doesn't specify any nesting problems. Yeah.
Just wondering, is it okay to put div in front of the dot entry?
Yes. Oh, good catch. This is also correct. If you put div dot entry. Okay, nice. Any other variations? There are a lot of different variations. So just ask now if you're not sure. Oh yeah, so this basically finds a div whose class name is entry. So this outer div, its class is entry, but it's also a div whose class is entry. So you can use either one.
I have another.
Yeah.
So for number 1, if we said div, that would style all the divs, right?
Yeah, every single div.
Since everything else is in the entry div anyway, doesn't the style apply to everything inside the div already? Because I'm not sure. I mean, if I apply a style to a div that contains everything else, then does that style automatically?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think for things like font color and stuff, it does like inherit from its parents. But other things don't, like padding and stuff. So it also depends on what kind of property you use. Yeah. Good question. I think I have like stuff all over. Yeah.
Are you supposed to have that comma there?
Oh no, sorry. I was giving an example of my doing. Yeah.
Div just means find all divs within that div.
Within all divs who are inside any div.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's important to notice that CSS rules finds anything that matches this pattern. It's not like find the first one that applies to this. It's anything that matches this. Okay. Yes? What about number 3? All images only. Lines 3, 7, and 12. Yeah.
Dot entry space image.
Dot entry space image, right? Yes, that works. Because they're all inside that outer div, right? What's another thing that you could do? Image, yeah. Because you're trying to select all the images anyways. So if you had another image outside of this div, this wouldn't work. But if you want to select all the image, this will work. Another way.
Could you do the star image?
No, star actually selects everything.
Oh.
Like every single element, like ever. Yeah. Any other ways you could do this? Div image, nice. And I guess like div dot entry image too, right? So you can see that there's a lot of ways to do it. What about whatever the next number is? Number 4, the 2 nested paragraphs only. Someone just shout it out.
Dot entry.
Dot entry.
Space.
for?
Wouldn't it be dot entry div p?
Yeah, because you're looking for lines. I think this could be kind of confusing because unless you look at the specific line numbers, it actually means the which are also inside the other div. Yeah, so you have to add another div in between here, right? Sorry. You can also do div p. Everyone's seeing the kind of like pattern of like all the combinations.
Is there like a generally recommended format?
I think the more specific, like I do this usually, like div dot entry, just because it's more specific. Like if you have other things that have the same, you shouldn't be like that confusing with your code. Like make different things like the same class name if they should be styled the same. But generally, I think it's a good approach to be as specific as you can. So do like any div whose class name is entry. Yes? Okay, number 5. 2 nested images only. Lines 7 and 12.
Dot entry div image.
So he said dot entry div image. And I think that's right. Yes. And what other ways? You're probably getting kind of tiring now. Someone tell me. Div image, and then you have the div dot entry div image, right? Okay. Number 6. Here's the last one. The single paragraph at the top only.
Dot entry p.
Huh?
Dot entry p.
This is actually a trick question. Okay, yeah, this is a trick question. Okay. So this syntax dot entry space p specifies descendants, right? But it doesn't. So this selects all descendants, not just the first level. So what would this return?
Every paragraph.
This would return all the p's inside entry because they're all inside, right?
Wait, I thought that only selects the next level.
No, this is
All levels?
descendant, which means anything inside.
Oh.
Anything with p that's inside this div. That's what descendant means. So if you actually wanted to select the immediate children, you would use a caret like this. Everyone see that? Good question. So use a caret to specify the direct children. If you don't have a caret, it means any single element inside of it. So anything inside is a descendant. Even if it's not like, if you have like a million divs and then one little thing under that, that's still a descendant, right?
What if that faces the other one?
I don't think that's so. Good question though.
So I'm sorry, could you explain the caret?
Yeah, caret means direct children. So if you have a div, so if you have like an entry, right? And under here you have the first line, which is p, but then you have other divs, which also have p's inside. If you just say space, it'll select all descendants. And all descendants means anything that's inside of that class, regardless of if it's the first level or not. So if you just want the first level, you use the caret symbol. And that means first, like, direct children.
Would you use some consecutively if you want them to keep going down?
Yeah. So if you wanted to go 3 levels down, you could do like this, like that, or 2 levels down. Sorry. So like something that's inside of a div, which is inside of an entry, but not anything that's inside.
Can you say something like dot entry caret star caret p?
Wait, dot entry. Dot. Yeah.
So
Yes.
you can just replace it with.
Yeah. So anything. If you have a star here, that means any paragraph that's inside anything, or like, okay, any paragraph that's the first child of any element that's the first child of any. So it has to be like 2 levels down. Yeah.
Actually, the question previously was, could you put them like directly after each other?
Oh, no. Yeah.
So you can't do like have a div and a paragraph and then another paragraph directly underneath it. You can't.
You could, wait, a div and then a pair.
So like a div's followed by 2 paragraphs.
Yeah, so you would do div and then paragraph and then paragraph again, right? But if you're not sure, just like what he brought up, if you're not sure like what the middle one should be, like it could be a paragraph, it's like anything, right? You could just do a universal selector, which is a star.
Is there any way to select for something other than the first one perhaps? Just select specifically the second?
The second? Yeah, so this is when you use the multiple...
Not like nested in, but like...
I don't think so. There are some pseudo selectors that let you select like the last child, but we'll like cover that because it's more advanced. Yeah. Everyone clear on this tricky, evil question? Okay, what about number 7, the single image on top? On the top only.
That'd be dot entry caret p.
Yeah, great. Entry caret image. Yeah, sorry. Everyone get that? Or like div caret image, right? Yes? Okay, cool. So that is the end of our very fun exercise. So if you guys want to go ahead and work on your lab, you don't have to turn in your lab, but it's really good practice. And you guys also have a mini project that's due next week. So you can work on either one.